Welcome, Cancer. The week of August 3rd through August 9th arrives with powerful emotional energy that encourages healing, personal growth, and meaningful progress. As one of the most intuitive signs of the zodiac, you often sense changes long before they become visible. This week, that gift becomes stronger than ever. The universe is quietly guiding you toward people, opportunities, and decisions that will positively influence your future. The first days of the week feel different. You may wake up with a stronger sense of purpose. Situations that recently felt confusing begin making much more sense. Instead of feeling uncertain, you slowly begin recognizing that every challenge you faced has been preparing you for something greater. Nothing has happened by accident. Every delay, every disappointment, every lesson has helped shape the stronger version of yourself that's now ready to move forward. Monday and Tuesday encourage reflection. You'll naturally begin thinking about your long-term future, career, relationships, financial stability, personal happiness. Rather than feeling overwhelmed by these thoughts, you'll feel inspired to take practical action. Professionally, this week brings encouraging developments. People are beginning to notice your dedication, your patience, your loyalty, your attention to detail. Supervisors may trust you with greater responsibilities. Coworkers appreciate your calm approach to solving problems. Clients become increasingly confident in your abilities. If you've been quietly working without much recognition, this week begins changing that. Someone important may compliment your work, recommend your name, or offer an opportunity that has the potential to change your professional direction. Those searching for employment should remain optimistic. An unexpected phone call, a recommendation, or a conversation with someone from your past could open a door you've been hoping would appear. Stay prepared. Keep your resume updated. Respond quickly to messages. Sometimes opportunities arrive when we least expect them. Business owners also receive supportive energy. New partnerships become possible. Existing clients become more loyal. Creative ideas begin producing practical results. Rather than trying to grow too quickly, focus on building lasting relationships. Trust creates stronger businesses than advertising alone. Financially, this week encourages responsibility. Delayed payments may finally arrive. Unexpected bonuses or freelance income become possible. A financial opportunity you've been waiting for could finally appear. Although the outlook becomes brighter, avoid emotional spending. Instead, think carefully before making major purchases. Ask yourself whether today's decision supports tomorrow's goals. Wise financial planning now creates greater freedom later. You may also discover an additional source of income through one of your natural talents. Don't ignore skills you've always taken for granted. Sometimes your greatest gift is the one that feels easiest to you. Emotionally, this becomes one of the most meaningful weeks you've experienced recently. Old memories may suddenly return, not to hurt you, but to remind you how much you've grown. You'll realize that the person you were a year ago would hardly recognize the strength you've developed. You've survived difficult moments. You've learned valuable lessons. Now it's time to stop carrying emotional weight that no longer belongs in your future. Forgive yourself. Forgive situations you cannot change. And give yourself permission to move forward. Love receives beautiful support throughout the week. If you're already in a relationship, honest conversations strengthen emotional intimacy. You'll both become more willing to listen instead of simply reacting. Small misunderstandings disappear through patience and understanding. Simple moments together become deeply meaningful. A walk, a conversation, a shared laugh. Sometimes these quiet moments create stronger memories than grand romantic gestures. If you're single, someone may unexpectedly enter your life through work, family, or mutual friends. This connection feels comfortable from the beginning. Rather than dramatic excitement, you'll experience peace, trust, emotional safety. Allow the relationship to develop naturally. The strongest love stories are built slowly. Family life becomes another source of happiness. You may reconnect with relatives you haven't spoken with recently. Old disagreements begin fading away. Someone close to you may offer advice that changes your perspective completely. Health remains generally positive, although emotional balance directly influences your physical energy. Get enough sleep. Stay hydrated. Eat nourishing meals. Spend time near water whenever possible. Nature becomes especially healing for you this week. Meditation, journaling, or peaceful evening walks help clear your mind. Spiritually, your intuition becomes remarkably accurate. You may notice repeating numbers, meaningful dreams, unexpected coincidences. Don't ignore these signs. The universe is quietly confirming that you're moving in the right direction. By the weekend, you'll recognize something beautiful. You no longer fear the future. Instead, you begin looking forward to it. Because deep inside, you finally believe better days are coming. And this week marks the beginning of exactly that beautiful new chapter. As Wednesday arrives, you'll begin realizing that something inside you has quietly changed. Instead of worrying about every possible outcome, you begin trusting yourself. The fears that once occupied your thoughts slowly lose their influence, allowing hope and confidence to take their place. This week reminds you that true strength doesn't always appear through loud actions. Sometimes, strength is simply continuing to move forward, even when life feels uncertain. Professionally, your patience continues producing results. People recognize your ability to remain dependable under pressure. Managers appreciate your loyalty. Coworkers trust your advice. Clients enjoy working with someone who genuinely listens. If you've been hoping for a promotion, additional responsibilities, or a better position, continue giving your best every day. Important opportunities are developing behind the scenes, even if you can't see them yet. Business owners receive encouraging energy as well. You may attract new clients through recommendations. Someone may introduce you to an exciting partnership. Or perhaps you'll discover a better way to organize your work, making everything more efficient. Never underestimate small improvements. Tiny changes repeated consistently create extraordinary success. Financially, this week encourages wisdom rather than speed. Money may begin flowing more easily than before, but the universe reminds you to think long-term. Build your savings. Reduce unnecessary expenses. Create realistic financial goals. The discipline you show today becomes tomorrow's security. An unexpected financial idea may also appear. Perhaps a side business, a creative project, or a skill you've always wanted to develop. Don't ignore these inspirations. One simple idea could eventually become an important source of income. Emotionally, something beautiful begins happening. You stop blaming yourself for things that were never entirely your responsibility. You've spent too much time carrying emotional burdens that belong to other people. Now you're learning an important lesson. You cannot heal everyone. You cannot fix every relationship. And you cannot sacrifice your own happiness to satisfy everyone around you. Choosing peace is not selfish. It's healthy. Love continues becoming one of the brightest areas of your week. If you're already in a relationship, emotional intimacy deepens naturally. You and your partner begin understanding one another more easily. Small disagreements become less important because both of you focus on building a stronger future together. Sometimes simply sitting together in silence creates more connection than endless conversation. If you're single, someone may unexpectedly enter your life with calm, comforting energy. This person doesn't try to impress you with grand promises. Instead, they make you feel safe, respected, appreciated. Allow trust to develop naturally. The strongest relationships are built on honesty, not urgency. Family life also brings meaningful moments. You may spend quality time with parents, siblings, children, or relatives who remind you what truly matters. If old misunderstandings have existed, this week supports forgiveness and fresh beginnings. Health remains generally positive, although emotional well-being continues playing an important role. Take care of your mind just as carefully as your body. Spend time near nature. Listen to calming music. Read something inspiring. Allow yourself moments of complete relaxation. Your body heals faster when your mind feels peaceful. Spiritually, your intuition becomes almost impossible to ignore. You may experience vivid dreams, meaningful coincidences, or an unexplainable feeling guiding you toward the right decision. Trust those moments. Your inner wisdom is becoming stronger every day. As the weekend approaches, you'll recognize something remarkable. The future no longer feels frightening. Instead, it feels full of possibility. You've survived every difficult chapter life has placed before you. Now, the universe is preparing you for a much brighter one. Continue believing in yourself. Continue protecting your peace. Continue following your heart. Because Cancer, everything you've been hoping for is slowly finding its way toward you. And this week is only the beginning of something truly beautiful. As the final days of the week arrive, you'll begin noticing something you've been waiting to feel for a very long time. Relief. Not because every challenge has disappeared, but because your heart finally understands that you don't have to carry every burden alone. You've spent so much of your life taking care of other people, supporting family, helping friends, solving problems, giving advice, standing beside those you love. This week, the universe gently reminds you that your own happiness deserves the same attention you've always given everyone else. Career matters continue improving quietly. Someone may compliment your professionalism. Another person may recommend your name for an opportunity that could become important later this year. Don't underestimate small victories. Every successful career is built through hundreds of small achievements that eventually create one extraordinary result. If you've been thinking about changing jobs or exploring a different career path, begin gathering information now. You don't need to rush. You simply need to prepare. Preparation creates confidence. Confidence creates success. Financially, your discipline begins paying off. You'll realize that many of the smart decisions you've made over the past months are now creating greater stability. Continue thinking beyond today's needs. Build your savings. Reduce unnecessary expenses. Focus on investments that improve your future rather than temporary pleasures. This week may also introduce you to someone with valuable financial knowledge. Listen carefully. One conversation could completely change the way you think about money. Emotionally, you reach an important turning point. You're no longer allowing the past to decide your future. Old disappointments lose their power. Old fears begin disappearing. Old doubts slowly fade away. Instead, you begin believing in new possibilities. You deserve happiness. You deserve peace. You deserve relationships that give as much love as they receive. Love closes the week beautifully. If you're already in a relationship, you'll notice greater harmony between you and your partner. Long conversations become easier. Future plans become exciting instead of stressful. You'll both remember why you chose one another in the first place. Sometimes love isn't found in dramatic moments. It's found in everyday kindness, shared laughter, mutual respect, and choosing one another again every single day. If you're single, don't be surprised if someone continues thinking about you after a recent meeting. This connection grows naturally, without pressure, without games, without pretending. Allow life to surprise you. Some of the greatest love stories begin when neither person expects them. Family life brings warmth and comfort. You may spend meaningful time with loved ones or receive support from someone whose encouragement means more than words can express. Never underestimate the power of family. Even simple conversations can heal old wounds. Health remains positive, but balance remains essential. Your emotional health and physical health are deeply connected. Continue getting enough rest. Spend time outdoors. Eat nourishing meals. Drink plenty of water. Smile more often. The happier your heart becomes, the stronger your body responds. Spiritually, your intuition reaches one of its highest levels this week. Pay attention to your dreams. Trust your first impressions. Notice meaningful coincidences. The universe often speaks through quiet moments. As Sunday evening arrives, you'll recognize just how far you've come. You're no longer the same person you were a few months ago. You've become stronger, wiser, kinder toward yourself, more hopeful about tomorrow. And that's one of your greatest achievements. The universe leaves you with one final message. Don't fear the future. Walk toward it. Every lesson you've learned has prepared you for the opportunities now approaching. Continue trusting your heart. Continue protecting your peace. Continue believing in your dreams. Because Cancer, the chapter you're entering is filled with healing, abundance, stronger relationships, and opportunities that will remind you that patience is always rewarded. Walk confidently into the new week. Your brightest days are no longer far away. They're already beginning. See you next week, Cancer.